Hello everyone, my name is Scrollo and I'm bringing you this very important cryptocurrency update. Now in this video we'll quickly take a look at the short-term chart and all the levels and what's going on, and then we're going to talk about some very important stuff that you have to understand as a Bitcoin investor and as a cryptocurrency enthusiast. And if you want to be getting into cryptocurrencies, you really need to understand the things that I'm going to mention in this video. So without any further ado, please smash up that like button. Always appreciate all the likes from you guys and girls, and thank you in advance. And if at the end you don't like the video, always feel free to dislike it at the end. So and also, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you're always notified when I make a new upload, because these uploads you have to watch them from the beginning and until the end attentively, and always as soon as they come out. So without any further ado, let's just jump right into it. Guys, girls, remember that there is a link to my free Telegram channel down in the description of this video. It's a great trading community, a lot of people, great discussions all about trading, so join it. It's free, and oftentimes I post some trade ideas in there as well. And yeah, so right now we are gearing up for the announcement on the 13th of June of my $10,000 giveaway. And if you're not participating yet, then go ahead and participate. It's a free participation. I'm going to be giving away a lot of my famous trading education, my top-notch trading learning programs, which cost a lot of money. So if you want to join and get a seat for free, then you can enter the giveaway, as well as a lot of cash prizes, and we'll potentially be giving away thousands of dollars. And the only condition for you is you have to be a trader over on Bybit. You have to use my link to Bybit down in the description of this video or in the pinned comment, and open an account. Takes like 20 seconds, and deposit money into it and be an active trader over on Bybit. And that is gonna automatically put you into this giveaway. And on the June 13th, I'm gonna announce the winners, and that's it. So I'm going to select randomly from the list of people who are trading together with me on Bybit. So yeah, let's take a look at this right now. And this is the time that, you know, a lot of people are losing a lot of money in these instances, trading up and down and up and down. And what we did together, we took a long from here, closed it right here, and we are happy. Because right now there are so many levels that are being respected, and the price is quite volatile, and it's just being, you know, this is the graveyard for money, so to speak. Of course, you can take really cool scalp trades here and there. Like for example, in this instance, we've had this flag right here with a nice entry and a trade down, which the target would be hit with a nice expectation of not lower than $30,000, where the price reversed, because all these levels are accurate. And also this flag formation, for example, right here was really cool, with a target breakdown in this instance, and the technical target would be something like that. So it was hit perfectly. So really nice, cool scalp trade. And if you want to be trading these kinds of things, yeah, you can. So this is the time for scalp trading, not for swing trading in this instance, because of so many levels. But just mind your risk and money management. And again, what we are seeing right here right now is a rejection, so a nice potential false break trade as well, which is coming from, let's go to the 4-hour chart and let's quickly talk about the levels that we have currently, because you guys always want to know my levels. So the biggest level that we had to consider if we want to really trade a break out of this whole zone, I would suggest taking a confirmed breakout out of $32,180 with a potential target of maybe up to $35,000. But then again, you have to remember that a lot of moving averages, especially in the daily chart, are starting to come in. Like for example, let's take a look at the 50-day moving average. So yeah, it's coming in very close at like $33,000 right here. So even though your target could be this downward channel, so this resistance, then you have to still be very careful about this moving average. So that would be very tough, to be honest. I think that we might see, even if we break 32K in this instance, we would see some kind of rejection down to maybe again 30K, and then some consolidation, and then retest of this resistance. So it's very possible at this time. So be very mindful of these things and always pay attention to everything. You know, it's the devil is in the details. And of course, this level 31,400, very important. Then the next one, obviously 30,600. This is important. It's obvious why it's important, and that's where the price is getting rejected right now. It's just getting squeezed really hard. And next one is obviously $30,000 that we saw a nice rejection from here, and then again here once again. So it's like in one day this level worked real nicely. Then 29,300, subsequently 28,650, and then lastly about 27,000 and a half. This is going to be 27,500. That's going to be the support of this whole wedge right here. So these are the workable levels that you can work with, and when I'm going to find some bigger trade opportunity, I will certainly update you. But for the meantime, you can trade these small scope trades if that's what you want to do. Now, let's move on to very important stuff, and that is going to be the understanding of the correlation between the stock market and the Bitcoin price. So let's quickly take a look at the mini futures of the S&P 500 basically, and we're going to see in this instance that we're currently back at the very important support of about $4,120. So, and that's at this point is very important for us, and we are seeing this kind of consolidation right at this level right now, and we can actually mark this as well. Very important, as you can see right here, we're currently being rejected from this resistance. We just did this level together. Again, technical analysis when done properly works really well. Again, I'm just doing this real quick together with you. Something like that also is really nice looking. So I would be actually, if you're trading futures on S&P, that would be really nice wedge formation right here as well. So if we break above, that could be very bullish, and then of course, and for Bitcoin as well, because we're very correlated to S&P 500 and especially Nasdaq actually. And then if we're going to get rejected, then the passing of about 4,070 would send us in the downward spiral to about the next support of about $3,800 in this area right here. So, and of course, this means that we have to always pay attention to S&P 500, and the reason why is the correlation. So the correlation of Bitcoin to, for example, gold, and this is the yellow one right here, there is close to no correlation with gold. While the correlation with S&P 500, which is blue right here, since COVID and the money printing during COVID to stimulate the economy, we saw a lot of the money flowing into high-risk assets and a lot of the same money basically. So, and that actually led to a huge correlation with S&P 500. So that means that we cannot really even hope right now for Bitcoin to have this kind of a store value narrative and like being digital gold, because we see zero correlation with gold unfortunately right now. So we only can look at S&P 500 in at least short-term perspective and hope that Bitcoin is going to actually have that store value in maybe next cycle or 2 cycles. But for now, we have to understand S&P 500 and follow S&P 500. And very importantly, that right now we have high inflation, the highest inflation in the last 40 years, which Fed has to fight. So they're increasing their interest rates. So for that reason, I said that the CPI report, Consumer Price Index, the CPI report is coming out on June 10th at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time, and this is what you have to pay attention to understand whether the inflation has peaked, which it might, because last month it went down a little bit. So that's what we really want to see. However, most importantly, we have to understand that Fed fighting the inflation is not the end of the crash. It might actually be the beginning of the crash of high-risk assets and S&P 500 in particular. So in that instance, we have to go and look historically, what happened after Fed was fighting inflation and trying to slow down the economy, basically. Because right now, our economy is relatively healthy. The only problem that we have in the economy right now is the inflation. So they're rising rates to fight the inflation. So, and in this instance, this is historical analogy. This is very important for you guys and girls to understand, really. And this is what I found on econometrics. Check them out; they're really cool. And this is the historical analogy to the dot-com bubble. So, on that red area right here, it was when we saw the peak Fed fund rate, and that's what actually broke the economy further and sent us down in the downward spiral. So when the Fed was increasing the rates in this instance, that was only the beginning of the crash, actually, like this. So we might be in this vicinity right here and then see many more down days in the future, so to speak. So, and the same thing we'll be able to see here. This is the great financial crisis and the burst of the housing market in the United States in 2007, 2008, 2009. So in red, again, we'll see the rate hike sequence is what pushed the markets over the edge. So they were increasing the rates here, and then that's what sent us down. So this was what we potentially, and the overall, it's always, the takeaway from this is right here. So it always starts the same way. The US economy has some underlying weakness. In this instance, the only weakness we have is the inflation because of the amount of money we've printed, which is crazy. And then the Federal Reserve is raising rates to fight the inflation. And the weakness is thus exacerbated to the point where the financial markets roll over and the economy enters a recession. So again, rising rates, huge, massive recession, rising rates, recession. So that's what we potentially might be seeing in S&P 500. You know, a lot of people are quite happy saying that, okay, we had a drawdown currently. Let's just mark this drawdown right here. So we had a drawdown of, I don't know, 20%, and currently we are trading only at about 12% from all-time high. And they're saying that, well, it's great, but at the same time, the COVID drawdown was 36%. So it was much bigger than we have it right here. And with the current inflation that is higher than ever in the last 40 years, we could, you know, see this kind of a relief rally that we're currently seeing. Now let me just remove these drawings right here. And this could be something that is going to send us as a rejection, some hopium, and then all the way down. And this is going to drag Bitcoin down with it. And this could be the point when the interest rate increase by the Fed is going to actually break something and send the economy into recession, because they cannot just, without any penalties, so to say, keep increasing the rates and reducing them down and having no effects. There is always this double-edged sword when it comes to the macro scenario and the monetary policy. It's never simple. So that's why Jerome Powell said that we can expect a soft-ish landing. So the big question is this the landing, or is this going to be the soft-ish landing, which is very, very possible. So for that reason, you really have to pay attention to this, and let me know that if you've enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, and comment down below your thoughts and what you're expecting from Bitcoin. It will be lovely to read your comments. And remember about the huge giveaway. I'll link it somewhere up here. Go join it and claim, you know, like a something from a prize pool of $10,000 basically. So enjoy that, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.